Hey, welcome to the Backwoods Gourmet. Today we're cooking in the Dutch oven again, so y'all stay tuned. What we're going to make today is some braised pheasant breast with some fresh strawberry, onions, carrots, and on the side we're going to make some beautiful fresh, and this time of year, in season Florida cabbage on the side to go with that. Going to be a simple but very delicious dish, and you can use, if you don't have these pheasants like we do, I got lucky and got invited on a little pheasant shoot. I won't call it a hunt, we just shot them. But fresh pheasants, really good white meat bird. If you can't find those, you can use any other kind of game bird, as well as Cornish hens or any other kind of small birds you can get at your meat market. Hey, you can even do this with a chicken. Okay, here's the ingredients. I'm going to use this very simple dish. There are our prepared pheasant breast. I want to show you how we're going to break those down a little bit more. The other things we need, I got some bacon. We always start with bacon. A couple carrots. Here's the beautiful strawberry onions, we call them here in Florida. They plant these around the strawberry fields to help keep the deer away from the strawberries. A couple limes. I got some Better Than bouillon, and of course we'll bring in some hot water later. So back here you might notice couple of new additions to the countertop out here, just temporarily anyway. These are some CNC carved spalted slabs that I hand painted that I have for sale. This is just two of many. I'll leave you a link to my Etsy store right down in the description box below. Everybody really loves this dolphin, so you can see every one that we have ready to go right now. Alright folks, let's go ahead and get started with some of our prep here. First of all, I get about 3 strips, just regular smoked bacon. We like to get the lower sodium type, and I'll show you a little shortcut to dicing this up. Bring it down there a little closer. I fold it in half, cut it down the middle. If you want it smaller, cut it more times that way, and then just cut across. There you go. Diced bacon, about 3 strips. I grab and clean the strawberry onion real quick. First thing I'm going to do, take the bottom off of them. Now these tops, we separate. So we use the tops differently. I split this top down the middle, take some of these tougher outside leaves off of it, and get down to those. You got these that get kind of leathery. Take them off, and then you end up with that nice tender core. Can be used just like a leek. That's the part we're going to use in with our pheasant. I'm just going to rough chop these up with our DALSTRONG knife. If you like to check out the whole line of DALSTRONG knives and get a really nice discount, see the link in the description box below. And if you decide to make a purchase of one of these knives, we'll get a little bit of beer money on the side there for you guys using our link. All right, a couple of these carrots, again, I just washed these. I haven't peeled them or anything. I'll rough cut them. These gonna bring a little bit of sweetness, and so will that onion. It's a sweet onion. that they grow in the strawberry fields. Just hasn't matured all the way yet. Alright, that's all we need for veg. So as you know, the first thing we're going to need them bacon bits over there in the Dutch oven, and that's just about ready to set up now. Alright, before that gets so hot I can't handle it, I'm going to go ahead and lay that out in our one line method, which is one line of charcoal down the middle of the table. You're going to have different levels of burning there. The ones on top are not going to quite be as hot as the ones on the bottom. Right now we need good bottom heat. So while those are getting ready over there, I'm going to nestle my 10-inch deep right on top of the hottest part. Alright, coming over with the bacon. It didn't take long to get that up to sizzle. Spread that out a little bit. And I don't mind it, I'm keeping these wood over here too because I'm going to need a little bit of high heat for this. And plus I think it lends a little bit of the campfire flavor to the whole dish when you're doing it here on the Dutch oven table. And we may need a little extra oil. I don't know if it's just me, but I think bacon's a lot leaner nowadays than it used to be. So what we're looking for is the bacon. Alright, as soon as that stops sizzling, which didn't take very long, I'm going to kind of just retrieve that from my Dutch oven, most of it. Put that to the side, we'll be adding them back later. And now I didn't season these at all, I did crack the backbones so that they would lay flat. Or crack the breastbone, I should say. So they'll kind of lay flat. And hopefully we'll just toss them in there. And they just fit in the 10-inch, just 3 of them right there. So I've been kind of turning them a little bit to make sure they get consistently brown. Turn that one over. That's about what you want them to look like. Alright, brown this on there. Alright, first thing we're going to do is throw in, while it's still kind of frying, I want this to get down in that grease. That's some fresh rosemary. I just walked right over there and picked it. This is going to help that start releasing its flavor. Then we're going to put in the veg, the broth, and cover it up. Alright, as soon as I start seeing that rosemary starting to brown a little bit, I'll come right over with my veg. Which I actually have located too far away right now. But gonna dump that in there, kind of nestle it. Kind of bring in a full heaping tablespoon of our better than bouillon. We'll get the rest of that off of there when we get water in. And then we're going to put in just enough water to almost cover them. Just like that. You see how fast that came up to boil? Now you can get the rest of that off that spoon. Alright, just a little mixy. Alright, we'll grab our lid. Our lid right on there. Now if that starts to die down, I'm gonna watch that one to simmer. I can move it over to this side. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for all that magic to happen, we're gonna prep this cabbage. So here we have our big old fresh cabbage, grown right in Hastings, Florida, kind of the cabbage capital, Florida. Got my big DALSTRONG out. I'm gonna cut my big quarter off the side of it like that. Now I want to kind of keep it whole and in large pieces. So I think I'm just gonna do another slice right beside that one. But I got two intact, still packaged like nature made it, together just like that. So I'm gonna bring over our 10-inch shallow Dutch oven, and I'm bringing back our friend bacon. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna line the bottom of the 10-inch with bacon. Y'all know bacon, onions, and cabbage kept the pioneers alive as they settled this great country, because bacon of old didn't need refrigeration because it was cured completely, and other items like carrots and cabbage will keep for a long time without refrigeration. People could store them in your root cellars, and as long as they stayed cool, they would stay good. Of course, their bacon would have been much saltier than ours here today. All right, so we got those in there. Now I'm just going to take my cabbage, if I can hopefully keep it from falling apart. I'm going to put it in right on top of the bacon, just like that. Pretty simple. Going in with some seasoning. I'm just using Killer Hogs AP. Great mix of salt, pepper, and garlic. But if you don't have that, just make your own salt, pepper, and garlic. Now that rest of that spring onion that strawberry onion that we had, nice thick slices. So we're going to be roasting this. Okay. Gonna put them down around the sides and break them up. Some on the top, most of them around the edges. All right, that looks beautiful already. Now here's the kicker. That lime we showed you earlier, we're going to use that juice. I brought a couple out here because I didn't know how juicy these are going to be. I've had them in the fridge for a while. I would say juice of that whole lime. Just going to wake all these flavors up. All right, that's it for the prep on that guy. Put the lid on, and we're only going to put top heat on this when we set this up. So nestled out a spot there, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to put, now I still got coals sitting way off in the periphery around the edge of this, so it's going to get some radiant heat from all this stuff that's sitting out beside it out here. We're going to be grabbing these because this braise on the pheasant is going to take couple hours probably. But on the cabbage, not quite so long. I don't like it done down to mush like my mama used to fix it. Alright, so one solid ring. Don't worry about how many coals that is. Use my Backwoods Gourmet method. So I guess that's what I'm gonna have to call it since nobody else has named it that yet. We don't worry about how many there is. We just want a solid line. That's going to get us to about 300, 325 inside there. I'm going to cook that gently since this has a lot of time to go. So that's going to work out just fine. And we will rotate this and check on it every once in a while, because remember, it has almost no moisture in it. We may have to go and add just a little bit once it starts cooking. Depends on how much moisture cooks out of the cabbage. It's been about an hour and 45 minutes since we put this in there. Still going along, and I'm still going on those original coals, along with those few pieces of wood that we put in there along the edge sides, which that really helped out extend the time on this for sure. So I'm going to kind of push these aside right now. Here I got just, didn't list this in the ingredients, but little cornstarch dissolved in water. We're going to put that down there in the broth. Give it a stir. It's going to thicken up a little bit. And we might have to actually fire some more charcoal. We don't know. Let's see if we can get this back to a bubble. That's going to thicken that up. And that was 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. And here's where we're going to check our seasoning, okay? So I've done this enough times, not this particular dish, but braises like this, knowing how much salt that broth brings over, we're going to give it a little test. Season's perfect, okay? I didn't put any seasoning on it at all. Other than the herbs and the veggies we put in there. No salt, pepper, no nothing. You could use a little black pepper, which we can do that at the table or on the plate. Plate this up for you guys. Hope you brought your plate. I'm gonna go in here and get one of our beautiful looking pheasant breast with that sauce. Oh my Lord. Alright, let's get this let's bring over the cabbage. Steaming hot. Go in there and get us a good chunk of that with some of that bacon. There. Now for the final garnish. Some more, a little bit of the rosemary right there. It's beautiful. And remember those bacon bits we started out with? Put those right over the cabbage. So let's go in and see how tender this is. I mean, guys, that's what we're looking for. Moist, juicy. You want a bite of that? I know you do. Let's give it a taste test. Plate is beautiful. I can't tip it too much because of that sauce. Let's go ahead and try the pheasant. fork tender, flavorful. You can actually taste that rosemary coming through that we put in there. Remember, right in the grease. Delicious. Let's try the cabbage. You know, might have to cut that into a manageable piece because remember we had it pretty big. That is perfect, and the lime really wakes the whole flavor up. So don't forget to do that. Overall, guys, this was an awesome cook today. So I hope you try this with your next game birds you get. I bet you this will be awesome with grouse, doves, any other kind of game birds you got all around the country. So if you like what we're doing, please smash that like button right down there to subscribe to our channel. You can do it right there. For a whole playlist of cast iron and Dutch oven cooking, it'll be right there. And for another playlist of cooking wild game outdoors, gonna be right up there. We'll see y'all next time.